Yeah, very pleased. I mean, like you said, it was quite tricky to find the right balance throughout the weekend so far. And even in qualifying, I didn't expect to fight for pole in Q2 even. Yeah, very happy with the laps that we did in Q3. And yeah, I surprised myself probably a little bit as well.
Yes, I am very happy. The more I see it, more with perspective, the happier I am, because it's been a very tough couple of weeks, a lot of days in bed and with a lot of unknowns, If you told me even 6 days ago, I was still in bed and thinking, not gonna make it, and then suddenly I started to progress a lot and flew to Australia, started to improve a lot in the second week, and it allowed me to jump in the car on Friday. And even if I'm not 100% and obviously everything feels a bit weird, but I managed to get it done, do some really strong laps today, and put it on the front row.
Yeah, we were chasing it through it all. I think overall it's I'll say it's a good starting point. I think tomorrow it's a much bigger picture because the gradation is going to be extremely high. I think the starting position, I'm happy to be in the clean side, and I think I can fly from there.
Yeah, happy with today. Honestly, I've not feel like I've done that well this weekend. I struggled to put things together and just to get comfortable with the car, knowing how to push on it. Normally, when I feel like I push, it goes the opposite way of what I want. So, yeah, it's something I'm still struggling with, I would say, and I've struggled with a bit this season. And as soon as I got a little bit more comfortable, like now in through qualifying especially, I felt like I could just unlock more from what I wanted, and I could kind of control the car better. And as soon as I do that, I feel like I can get a lot more lap time out of it, But it's just very difficult to do that.
I think the issue started, unfortunately, quite a bit earlier. Already in FP3, I started losing the feeling, but I was quite confident I will find it back in qualifying, and I did not. The fronts, I struggled to rotate the car in the first two sectors. And then in the last run, I decided to go very aggressive with the front wing, and then I lost the rear massively. So, yeah, all in all, not a clean quali. I wasn't really happy with the feeling of the car. But tomorrow it's a long race. There are 4 DRS zones, and from now on, I'll focus on that to try and maximize the result from where we start.
Q1 and Q2 looked really strong, and then in Q3, I just didn't make it happen. So, a couple of messy laps, which is a bit frustrating, but I don't think we're massively out of position. So, a bit frustrating with my own performance, but we'll see what we can do tomorrow. Our race pace looked pretty strong yesterday, so hopefully we can try and use that.
I think it's always difficult to judge in practice how the performance truly is. It's so tight out there between the top 5 teams bar Red Bull. There's always quite a fight on our hands. I definitely think we're going to have a faster race car than we had qualifying car. But ultimately we know where we need to improve, and that's the high-speed corners. This circuit, there's quite a few of those around here. But all to play for tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely happy. Didn't expect, to be honest, to be in the P8. Even Q3 as well after Q1. That when I saw Williams and a couple of teams also picked up quite a lot of paces. So, but also at the same time able to gain a lot of lap time in a couple of places, each corners. They're able to put me into Q3, so that was really happy, and also definitely big credit to the teams that able to get me a very consistent car throughout the week. I think from AP1 I felt quite comfortable.
Yeah, it became tricky in Q3 with the wind increasing and all that, but yeah.
I'm not sure we were that fast. I think we were a little bit less competitive this weekend compared to the previous two. I remember in Jeddah being P1 in FP2, P2 in FP3, and we were not in that pace here in Australia. So yeah, a little bit more tricky weekend to find the balance of the car, the trust in the car. And yeah, in Q3 I made a mistake in turn 6, so that first attempt was gone. And on the second new set of tires, I didn't have the confidence and the trust anymore to really push. So yeah, a little bit of a shame. I'm sorry for that, and hopefully tomorrow I can recover.
I mean, I don't know if I'm dealing with that great. I mean, less consistent than George. George is doing a better job with our cars. Three qualifyings in a row that he's out-qualified me, and he's just seemed to get on a lot better than I do. So yeah, Just trying to keep my head above water and just continue to realizing, there's much. It could be way worse.
Hey Alex, how much kind of did you feel going into the car today after getting the opportunity? Did you feel a lot of pressure? And you pleased with the efforts? Because considering such little running, P12 isn't bad, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not bad. I did feel pressure. If I'm totally honest, I think it's a different position. I've crashed before myself in my own car, and that's kind of just rebuilding confidence going into a Saturday. But this time it was a little bit like, with everything going on, you felt almost a little bit of a responsibility to do a good job. So the result today I'm happy with. I feel like P12 is good for us. I think it's where we hope to be. Yuki seems to be putting in some very strong performances every time. But yeah, given the circumstances, and it hasn't been easy for the team, not least to Logan, of course. We don't want to really go racing like this, and to try and get a result for him and for the team. That's the goal tomorrow.
Bit better today. I mean, it's still not the position we want to be, but it's way better than the last two events. So now we've made it to Q2 for the first time of the year, actually, and I think tomorrow we can fight with all the cars around us. So it's positive to feel some gains.
Yeah, there was some good laps in qualifying, and I think that's just about where we were with the car this weekend in qualifying at least. So P14, I mean, still within reach of the top 10, and I think we just gotta try and have a clean race tomorrow. Hopefully the tire degradation will be on our side.
Obviously, I'm not going to say it feels like a win because it's a P15, but it's good improvement. That we've been going through things, such in a good way. Recently, it's still not enough. We're still not happy with where we are, but it's not for lack of trying. As we could see, I've pushed the limits, clipped the wall in that Q1 run 1 lap, and kept pushing after that. To try and bring the car into Q2, and then we've done that. So pretty pleased with how we've maximized the package, I think. But yes, we are aware that we still need to find some performance to go through a more performance and to go through Q3.
The lap was looking promising up until turn 9. Or actually from exit of turn 7, somehow the wind changed and I lost a bunch of lap time on that straight going down to turn 9, just from a different wind direction. But then also, I don't know, I lost the front tire for the rest of the lap, and didn't manage to improve enough.
The laps were pretty strong, and then until the last lap where I just could not downshift into turn 1 and turn 6 were the issues on the downshifts, and fortunately that was the lap that mattered. Quite frustrating because I think we had the potential to go both through Q2, and we'll have to do better next time.
I wouldn't even say it sunk in when it happened, like Pierre told me, and I kind of knew what it meant, but I don't know. Even now, I don't think it's fully sunk in because, the lap, I knew turn 4 I was fighting it, and I knew I washed a little bit wider, obviously, so I was. But it happens, and then you think about the next corner. So I nearly forgot about it until he'd brought it up. But the lap honestly felt like I gave it all it had.
I ride the curb, and then suddenly pieces was flying off from the front wing. Yeah, but before then I was like more than half times up, and would be the same lap time as Valtteri, so it's very frustrating. Obviously, see myself having no front wing for the last sector, but actually the lap wasn't any mistake. But seems to like that curb is very demanding at the moment.